Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is not really that early, but I am still exhausted. My chronic illness is kicking my butt, but this weekend I actually have maybe some fun, cool garden stuff done to do. Well, not done, but to do. With any luck, I'm going to be picking green beans for the first time over at my grandpa's. They weren't ready last week, and my grandpa kept telling me, they're ready, they're ready, they're ready. I went out there, no green beans. There were a few little tiny ones that looked like string beans, but there were no green beans. I picked peppers, but they got shoved in the fridge. Nobody did anything with them, so I guess I'm going to go over there this weekend and cut those up and freeze them. There's a ton of tomatoes, so I don't know if we're going to juice those or can those hold. My grandpa wants to do something with those, so we're going to do that this weekend. But as you can tell, I'm still home. I have a box of school supplies in my mom's office. It's been sitting there forever. Me and my brother are not in school anymore. I don't think either one of us has any plans to go back. I'm 31. I'm done. And I don't think my brother does either, and he's 25. So yeah. So I'm going to go in there, go through that box of school supplies, and take what I know we won't use and what I think the boys could probably use over to my grandma's. So instead of having to buy extra stuff if they need it this year, it's already over there. And it didn't cost any money. Like, binders don't really go bad. Paper doesn't really go bad. My grandma's all worried about all that stuff. I'm thinking, that stuff doesn't go bad. You can buy it and use it. So instead of buying it new, why don't you just see if somebody has it? It's like, but I'm going to go through that box of school supplies before I go to my grandpa's today. And then when I get over there, we'll see what I get into. And it is freezing in the house. At least I am freezing. So I've got a jacket on. And if you go outside, it's like 80 degrees. So yeah, we're going to see what the weather actually does this weekend. Because it was supposed to be in the 70s this weekend. So we'll see. Okay, so this is the box of school supplies, and I found a random book cover. And I am going to keep the book covers out for my cousin, because they're not going to need them next year, but he is going to middle school next year, so maybe he'll use them next year. We'll see. Then a binder with no pockets. Oh yeah, it does have pockets. It didn't look like it did. Okay, but I'll dust it off and it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this without sound and catch back later. Okay, so this is what I'm going to leave here, like the loose leaf paper, this pencil case, with all this stuff in it. Oh, it's okay, Nugget. And this is all the stuff I'm going to take over there. I don't know if they'll use the pink composition notebook. Honestly, I'm thinking I might keep that for me. For what reason, I don't know. But there's book covers, and there's trying to show you, there's a box of pencils behind the door that Nugget is setting in front. So, okay, so I went out and picked tomatoes, and I got this many. It's not a whole lot, but yeah, that's what I got from. Dang, that door's dirty. The garden down over past the deck. When you carry around so much repressed anger, it attracts a lot of negative energy. We have these. Those. Those. And there's those two bags. There's not really, and there's that random one. There's not really enough to actually can anything, and I'm gonna go check the green beans later. It is extremely hot out there, and I'm not picking green beans in this heat, so try later. Okay, so this is the school drawer at my grandparents' house. I'm gonna go through this, see what we can keep, see what we can get rid of, and put all the school stuff from my house in this drawer, and maybe some of the leftover stuff that it said they needed but they didn't quite need. So yeah. Out the drawer, the notebooks and the notebook paper, like loose leaf paper that could be used, I put back in. These are the two binders from my house. This is pencils and glue sticks that might still be good, but like the glue sticks, I'm not going to take out the pack and find out. This is like random stuff that was in here that I'm going to put back in there if I can find a place for it. And that's all the crap that's trash. And then these are folders, computer paper. So yeah. I'm going to load this back up. This is how everything got shoved. These computer paper, like these notebook, like these folders had extra loose leaf paper, so they got stuck on top of the loose leaf paper in the notebooks, and like random pencils and glue sticks and stuff just got shoved in the front. Book covers in the back. This little craft, like random activity books and stuff aren't gonna fit here anymore, so I'm gonna close that up. And I'm going to throw this stuff away, and I'm going to find some place to put this. But that means all the school stuff is put away, and I need to, well actually no, the random school stuff we bought this year is not put away. I'm going to go get that and put that in that drawer, but other than that, it'll be put away. And we'll see what else we get into this weekend. Because, yeah, it's still too hot to do anything outside, so yeah. We're going to go pick green beans. Yeah, come on Raven. I think Tom's coming too. Okay, so it's the next morning. Gotta love my hair. But I'm coming out to pick green beans or see if there's anything to actually pick. I didn't get to do this last night. I was going to do it last night when it cooled off. And it never cooled off quite enough. And then when it finally did, it was dark. So today's going to be like really nice. So I'm going to pick green beans. I think I have some cat friends coming. You can see them coming over the hill. Turkey Razzie's real. Come on, guys! I didn't think Cookie Dough would be the first one. Come on, Cookie Dough. And a Raven. Tom's talking. Okay. So I have 3 rows of green beans. Some have, like, these are the smaller ones that I'm not going to pick. So honestly, I may not even pick anything today. Like, that's the weird thing. It is, yeah, August 18th, and we still have not picked green beans. And this is an entire garden of stuff that I just don't even, there's tomatoes over there somewhere in those weeds. There's peppers on the other side of those weeds. Those are potatoes in that area right there with all the cats. So, yeah. Wait. Yeah, technically you could pick these, but I don't like them that small, and we've never picked them that small. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly go through these other two rows, but I don't think I'm picking today. But I have Sylvester, Cookie Dough, Spike, Raven, Benny, Butterball, and Tom. Those are all my little kitty friends. Yeah. I will not be picking green beans today. Okay, so I got started with just the peppers that were in the fridge because I'd picked them the weekend before and they needed to be cut up and froze, so I figured I would just cut them in half, de-seed them, and go from there. That way, depending on what we wanted to do with them, we could do that. We did end up doing, did end up canning whole tomatoes this weekend. It was just, I don't know, lately when you get over to my grandpa's, getting started with anything is so difficult. because I don't know. I do not know why. There's so much to do, and you get over there and you look at it and you go, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and this, and then somehow nothing gets done. I think it's because everything is so overwhelming. I think there is just so much that it is just overwhelming, and the overwhelm is like, oh my god, where do I get started? That, or there's just so many people that once you get started, you end up having to stop in the middle of it. So, yeah. So it actually amazed me that this weekend I was able to get 3 different things done. I would have been able to get 4 things done had the green beans been ready to pick, but they weren't. So I'm hoping this weekend when I go over there, they will be. So I'm crossing my fingers. And if you want to see like garden updates from my house and my grandpa's house, make sure you check Instagram. I do post random garden updates over there. Sometimes I'll post them in the community tab here, but most of the time they're on Instagram. And I will leave my link down below in the description box, and I'll put my handle on the screen. So that way, if you're interested, you can go follow me over there. But I was just going to finish cutting up those peppers and then get started on canning tomatoes.
About?
Get them fingers out of there.
What are you talking about?
Hey.
Tell him you want to get your shower, Bryson. Oh no. Gotta get one today.
I told Isaiah he had to shower tonight. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, you got.
I said, you have school tomorrow. What? I said, yeah, you have a full week of school this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a full week of school. What are you going to do without them for 5 days?
Yeah, sweetie.
She wasn't laughing at him. She was laughing at me. She was like, yes, 5 days without.
Hey, you got a bath yesterday.
What am I doing to you?
That all smelly up.
What are we doing? Are you hanging out in the kitchen with everybody?
What you got on your hand there? What is that?
It's that sock. Okay, so after we got done playing with the baby, and the baby had kind of had enough, my grandma kind of handed over tomato duty to me. So she had put a lot of them in some boiling water, enough to get the skins off of them, and I was taking the skins off of them and putting them in a jar, and there will be clips like this of me moving back and forth to put the tomatoes that hadn't been in the boiling water yet, to put those in the boiling water. Then there will be clips of me moving back and forth to take those out of the boiling water and put them in the colander. so I can just. So I had never canned whole tomatoes. This was the first time for that. I had juiced tomatoes and made tomato juice pretty much since my childhood, except for like the canning part of it. I was juicing the tomatoes was my job as a kid. So yeah. And we did the smaller tomatoes and the ones that were just not going to be good to use whole did end up getting turned into tomato juice, just enough to cover the tomatoes that went into the jar. But what you do is peel them, and then you cut the core out, and they are easier to peel if they've been dunked in some boiling water for a little bit. And my grandpa ended up helping for a little bit, but he kept going on about how he couldn't get them peeled, and so eventually he gave up, and it was just me, but I was fine with that. And I did find starting with a knife and then peeling the rest of it with my hand was a whole lot easier. And some had been in the water too long, so they just didn't peel right, but either way, my grandpa will eat them. We don't do a whole lot of whole tomatoes, but we do a lot of tomato juice. So here I am juicing the tomatoes that we're gonna, and I don't know why my camera was moving. I'd set it up and it just kept moving on me. I don't know. But this pan is the cooked tomatoes. If you had to cook them down so much, then you run them through this juicer. This is one of the old-timey ones. There was a green one that we used when I was a kid, like a crinked one. But it broke, so we went back to this one. I don't know. I just find that interesting because this is how we spent weekends when I was a kid. But that's kind of what it looks like. If you want a whole canning video, I will try and do that, but honestly, I'm not the person to go to for canning advice. You're better off looking up a YouTube video on how to can tomatoes. I'm just showing you how we did it. We ended up with 4 jars of whole tomatoes. They do have juice of their own, so they don't need a whole lot. But that's what it looks like. Then I will show a clip of my grandma putting the juice into the jars. I was holding the baby in that clip, so that's why I wasn't doing that. My grandma was. But that's the juice that's cooking down to go in the jars. And we ended up with a jar of just juice. I think we ended up with 4 quarts of tomatoes and then 1 jar of juice. I'll show that at the end. But here my grandma is getting the air bubbles out, trying to make sure there's enough juice in the jar and everything. Like I said, I'm trying to do this while holding a baby, and the light was not great at all. So yeah, but this will not be the last time we can this season, so maybe I'll get some better clips the next time we can. Okay, so yes, here are the 4 cans of whole tomatoes. They look really weird. I think they were in the pressure canner too long because we pressure can these, or maybe this is what they're supposed to look like. Like I said, I don't have much experience with whole tomatoes. So yeah, and then that's the 1 quart of juice we had, and we have not cleaned up yet. So yeah, but that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you've not done so, hit the red subscribe button down below. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.